In today's video, we're going to be walking through prompts. Prompts are a great way to customize the reminder email, follow-up email, and meeting notes to your liking. Think of it as training a paraplanner or an associate wealth advisor on your processes. That way, it can repeatedly perform how you expect it to perform. In today's example, I'll be starting on the meeting notes, but you can find this customized prompt button on all three of the items mentioned. Once clicked, you can then see the different sections or prompts that are requested from the transcript for these notes, starting with the detailed summary up above, followed by a Q&A section, then a financial data table. You can then see the bullet points up above, the Q&A section, and the financial data table. You can fully customize and edit this if needed, meaning you can get rid of the Q&A section if you don't like it, or you can add additional requests to the LLM or the large language model. Simply hit enter and 3 dashes, and this new section or request will then be issued based on the information relevant in the transcript. For example, you can say top 3 action items, and this prompt will bring the top 3 action items most relevant in the transcript attached. I'll show you some tips and tricks on how to make the most out of your prompting when it comes to reminder emails, follow-up emails, and meeting notes. I'll have this web URL link in the description. That way you can follow along and see this in the future if needed, or would like to copy specific examples here below. I won't be going through each example, more so just showing you tips and tricks, and then if you'd like to, you can come back and look at this in detail. The top 3 tips on prompting are to provide concrete examples, to include relevant context, and to define clear roles. Here's what I mean by this. If you type in, write a reminder email with bullet points of topics we'll cover today, that is very broad and it isn't pointed or directed based on your processes. Think of the LLM having limited information into your brain and no ability to ask you questions. So if a paraplanner or an associate wealth advisor was tasked to do something and was not allowed to ask you questions, you could only expect their work not to be the greatest. So the more context or information you provide, the better the prompts are going to be. For example, instead of writing that, if you mentioned the topics that your firm focuses on, say investments, taxes, estate, insurance, and cash flow, then based on the context received in the transcript or the meeting notes, it'll then know to tailor the information based on these 5 topics. Another great example is to specify roles. This is great when you want the notes to come out a certain way. If you want to avoid jargon in reminder emails or follow-up emails, that way the client knows that you're speaking their language and you're not either generating content through AI or not taking their tone and experience into account. There are also meeting examples down below. So here are some examples for meeting notes, for follow-up email templates, and reminder email templates. As you can see, these are very thorough. The more information you provide, the better the notes and the emails are going to be, especially when you think about creating a template that fits your precise needs. The more you can give it, that way it knows how to formulate an email based on what you need is going to be best for the prompts. Flipping back to Thyme, if and when you're comfortable with the meeting prompts, instead of customizing them by the Customize Prompt button, you can come into the settings, meeting settings, and then click Add Meeting Type. From here, you can create different meeting types. Say you have a certain process you follow for investments that's completely different than the year-end tax planning you do, and you need different notes or different emails created, you can do so here. Simply give it a name and begin typing the pre-meeting agenda prompt, the pre-meeting email, meeting notes, and follow-up email prompts. You can also Just copy paste the information from the general meeting that you start out with. That way you can play around and tweak it and see what's working better and what's not working. And from there, you can customize your prompts. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or reach us at founders@meettime.com.